Joining me to discuss Nigeria at 62 is lawyer and public relations practitioner Jide Ologun. Thank you very much for joining us at this point.
Thank you. Happy
Nigeria at
Independence Day.
62. First of all, you saw the live pictures there. What ran through your mind?
Very impressive display there. And specifically, my wish is that rejoicing is widespread.
Mm.
It's quite remarkable. And you compare that with what happened when we actually got the independence. And I mean, it just prompted in my mind that a man born in 1960, he should be 62 years old now. That means he must have gone through the rounds and must have retired about 2 years ago to enjoy the benefits of his service. And listening to some of our past leaders, we have some critical issues confronting us as a nation now, talking about the troubled economy, talking about the massive insecurity, and of course, the institutional corruption that we have. And they've advised us that we should not lose hope. And something just touched me now from some of the expressions we heard earlier, talking about scarce resources. And I think I'm setting an agenda today. Are resources really scarce in Nigeria? That's a big question.
Are they really scarce in Nigeria? Exactly. Looking at the fact that the price of goods have gone up sporadically over the past coming months and weeks. Of course, looking at the visuals right there, the President Muhammadu Buhari has just arrived at Eagle Square in Abuja for activities to commemorate the 62nd Independence Day anniversary. Of course, our correspondents are standing by and they will give us up-to-date info as to the goings on in that. A lot of activities to commemorate the 62nd Independence Day anniversary, which, by the way, will be his last celebration as president of Nigeria, celebrating an Independence Day anniversary as president of the country. Barrister Jide Ologun is still with us at this point. Now, we're talking about economic indices and how it has not really trickled down to the people. So does it mean there's no cause to celebrate?
You must celebrate, to remain healthy.
So what are we celebrating at this time?
Some say we are celebrating our unity, and that is profound. But given the profile of our president, who joined the military as a cadet in 1963, you can see that he has gone through the mill of the Nigerian system under the political independence that we have. And he has managed the oil ministry. This is like the second time now. And he's the substantive Minister of Petroleum Resources. So let's start from there. I mentioned the issue of scarce resources the other time, and my mindset is that Nigeria does not lack resources. We have the largest deposit of proven gas in Africa. Most recently, a report came out that Angola and Libya overtook us in oil production, an OPEC report. So the big question now is how effectively have we engaged our resources to create commonwealth for common good? And that is on the economic side. And one of the issues some of the past leaders mentioned is the issue of our unity. So who is responsible for our unity? The motto of Nigeria has not been changed. It's unity and faith, peace and progress. And right now, it's been emphasized that we are more polarized than we were before. So why is that the case? And that takes us to the issue of peace. Can we claim that we have deserved peace in the land in terms of security? And again, back to the profile of my president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He has had trainings everywhere. In fact, towards the 2015 election, one of the top line considerations of the people voting for him was the fact that at least the trend of insecurity in Nigeria will be curbed. Can we claim that is the case today? So these are issues. So there is still a big question on the need for good governance. If you look at Section 14, subsection 2 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended, it says that the security and the welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. So I think going from here, we need to sit back and really wonder how we can maximize our resources. Nigeria is not a poor nation in any sense of it when you talk of what God has given us. Are you talking about natural resources, talking about human resources? And that takes me to a critical need now at this point in time, which is developing the people. Sheikh Zayed adopted that governance mindset in the UAE. If you develop the people, you can create a vibrant economy. And my president mentioned it when he was referring to the case of ASU. How have we positioned education as a premium factor in national development strategic scheme?
A lot of people will go back in time and say, back in the day, you see foreigners in our Nigerian universities coming to do exchange programs.
Absolutely.
Some outrightly coming to school here. Absolutely. But we don't see that now. Where have we gone wrong?
And because there is competition. In fact, the reverse is the case now. If you study history, at a point in time, sending children abroad was to cover the shame of ineffective performance in the Nigerian institutions. But the reverse is the case. In fact, in 2017, there was a report, I think July 3rd, 2017, where the vice president of the country, as acting president then, revealed that about 129 billion naira is spent annually by Nigerians on education in the UK. So if we have paid attention to developing our own system here, we attract foreign lecturers and foreign students, because one of the things bedeviling our economy now is that high in the dependence on importation. We are not productive, we are not exporting. Even right now that we are celebrating 62 years of political independence, there should be economic independence. Right. But we still export our crude oil to some European countries and other countries to refine and bring back to Nigeria. And that weakens, is part of what weakens our currency. So we still have a lot to deal with. And we just pray, like one of them also mentioned, that hope is kept alive. But for some Nigerians, this is a time when we should be celebrating achievements and hoping for a brighter celebration, not a hope to come out of, dungeon in court.
All right, Barrister Jide Ologun, thank you very much for talking to us at this hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless Nigeria.